Okay, second part of P1 then, as you can see on the board, is branding. We've looked at branding in the very first week. Remember I gave you the brand alphabet. Remember A for Adobe, B for Barbie, C for Coca-Cola. We went through it. The one main thing about branding and the brand image of a company is it's intangible. You can't grab hold of a brand. You can't say this is how much necessarily a brand is worth, although businesses do try. A brand, as it says there, it's the whole company. It's what you perceive the company to be and what the company are trying to create the image of themselves to be. So as it says there, a set of values, a philosophy that we identify with. So we think of Apple, we think of fast-moving technology, we think of cool, we think of light, chic. Don't we? It's just something that just comes to mind. You think of an Apple store, and it's the same thing, isn't it? It's cool, it's chic, it's a nice place to be. So what they're doing is they're creating that brand image. Everything they do has to reinforce that. So their posters, their TV adverts, the look of iTunes, everything has to have that brand image with it. What colour do you associate with Apple?
White.
I would, yeah, white or silver, I would say. Think of the colour of iTunes, think of the colour of the MacBooks, think of the colour of pretty much all their marketing communications. Very basic, it's clean, isn't it? I think that's how I like to think of Apple, especially the stores as well. Very clean company, very kind of easy to use. That's their brand image. It's an extension of a product line, so it's building on what you expect from a product. So if a new product comes out, you already know, well, this is going to be this, this and this. You know that before you even look at it. You know it's going to be cutting edge. You know, for example, with a certain clothing company, it's going to have a certain feel to it. You know, it'll make you feel a certain way. You know, there are certain companies that just by having a little man playing polo on the little man on a horse with a stick, that says a certain thing about you as a customer. And you know that that is the brand. That is what it makes you feel. It's nothing tangible there, is it? You know, Ralph Lauren is a t-shirt, it's a shirt. But having that little thing there, does it make you feel a bit more confident? Is it a little bit show-offy? I mean, why do we wear brands? Why do you wear brand logo t-shirts? Those of you that do.
Quality.
Sorry?
Quality.
Quality. Is that, oh, see, is that really the reason?
Social.
Is it really the reason? You're telling me that Ralph Lauren shirts are higher quality than H&M or Primark? They probably are Primark, but... Fun?
Popularity.
Popularity to fit in.
I like dressing a little boy in it because everyone walks past and goes, oh, he looks well cute. So I just do it because people like comment and be like, oh, he looks well cute.
But then would they not say that if it was just the same t-shirt without the little crocodile on it or something? Then?
No.
No, because it's funny
Why not?
seeing little kids wear the expensive colour.
Is it funny? Oh, okay. The idea, anyway, the idea is that anyone can copy a shirt, can't they? Anyone can copy a striped t-shirt. That's easy. How do you, can we listen please? How do you copy how it makes the person feel to wear that particular t-shirt?
Because it's associated with like, certain sorts of people.
Class.
Class. Do you remember, it's not that long ago really, the Burberry hats?
Oh, yeah.
So you all know, yeah. See, there's a real kind of stigma attached to them. Burberry don't make them anymore because they're associated with football violence, weren't they? And chavs, I hate that word, but yeah, chavs. But they are, aren't they? You watch the films like Football Factory and stuff, you see with the hats, don't you? They all had the Burberry hats on. You see, yeah, go back 10 years, everyone had Burberry hats. Or certain people had Burberry hats, should we say.
Barber does as well. Barber had to take the logos off sort of their coats because a lot of football who were wearing them. Barber.
Barber, that I've never heard.
Ain't
It's a perception.
I know there's that Stone Irons, that's quite a well-enough one, isn't it? That's a bit of a...
It's like hunting
How you
coat.
perceive it, isn't it?
It's a perception, isn't it? That is a brand though, it's the perception. This is where, listen guys, Leah, this is where you've got to be really, really careful. Because a business may want a certain perception of a brand, but they may not get what they want. What they're trying to do is create this three-dimensional character that cannot be copied. That's the whole point. Like I say, anyone can copy the design of a t-shirt, but you can't copy how it makes you feel. There are so many other tablets, there are so many other computers around, so many other apps, so many other iPads similar around, but yet people still buy iPads. What is that? Are they actually that much better? or is it because that's what everyone else has got and it's a status symbol? So it's interesting, isn't it? Brand identity. Guys, come on, we can discuss this afterwards. We can stop talking on. It's identifying yourself as part of that brand. So as it says at the bottom, the quote is, a combination of any name, design, style, words or symbols that distinguishes one product from another in the eyes of a customer. So it's not just the logo, it's not just the perception, it's the tagline. What is a tagline?
Comment.
What do you mean by comment?
Like, if it's Nike, it'd have just do it.
Yeah, it's the statement after. Mission statement. When we looked at the Starbucks mission statement, was it to refresh by one cup, one neighbourhood, so forth at a time? It's saying something about their company. That's their brand philosophy. When we look at a brand, we need to look first of all at the product. The product is made up of 4 main rings. Okay, and these are certain definitions. And what you'll look at when you start to look at branding, when we further research branding, each company will focus on different elements of this anatomy of a product, because that they know what their customer's perceptions are, and that will enable them to focus on what their customer places the most importance on. Now, the core product, you would think, would be what the tangible, isn't it? What you can touch, the main thing. It's actually the reason for purchase. So, for example, a car, the core product is travel. So, for example, a laptop for typing, for connectivity, for gaming. It's the main reason you purchase something. So going back to our example of t-shirt, especially a Ralph Lauren shirt, what is the purpose? Why are you buying that shirt? To wear.
Yeah.
So are you buying this? This is the point, isn't it? Are you buying it as just as a shirt?
It's a lifestyle. You buy a lifestyle.
So are you buying it as a statement?
As a statement.
So you're not really buying it as something to wear to work, maybe as a tie, and you're buying it as a.
I mean, they probably do now, but lads in Liverpool would never be.
No.
No, you get bullied in Liverpool.
But how do you know? How do you know if something's Primark or Burton's or see? How do you know how do you possibly know what make this shirt is? What make is this shirt?
Yeah, true.
How do you know what make this shirt is? You don't know. You can't tell if it's plain. You can't tell, can you? Anyway, the tangible is what it says on the tin, the touchable product. So it's the car itself.
So the product.
The product itself, yeah, it's the tangible, the touchable product, yeah. So the core is the reason. The tangible is the actual touchable product. The augmented is the value added. Okay, so what else do you get? What else do you get when you purchase this product? So it might be a warranty. It might be the ability to return within 28 days. It might be the ability to upgrade. It's the additional things. It will influence your purchase decision, but it's not the main reason. It might be the thing that sways you ahead of competition, but it's not the main reason of purchase. The potential is what you can get from it. So, if it's a car, it will be the comfort. It will be possibly the speed, the performance, the miles per gallon. It's what you get from the product.
You can old person would want like a reliable car, and then like a businessman would want like a BMW or a Mercedes or something like that.
You've got to be that kind of transcends a few. It's what you can get from it. It's basically the potential of the product. The potential of it, how it makes you feel. Okay? So when you're looking at branding, when you're looking at buyer behaviour, why do people buy a certain product? Well, that's because of loads of different reasons, but it will be branding plays a big part in it, because they'll be focusing on the aspect that they believe is the most important for their customer base. What we do need to touch on, if we're going to talk about products and talk about brandings, it's features versus benefits. So can anyone kind of maybe just summarise what they think this might mean? Someone else this time. Annie, what do you reckon?
Features is more like, for example, in a phone, got different satisfying designs or apps like that, but it benefits. It's like more. What to explain it?
How
It's beneficial. Like.
Can anyone help her out? Go on, back.
But what you see that it benefits, that has a benefit in it.
Yeah. The features are sometimes the boring bit. It's got this much RAM, it's got 16 gigabytes of this. That's a feature, isn't it? It's what it is described as. But the benefit, well, you can store 500 songs. You can play music from it. The feature would be, I don't know, the 3-point-something megapixel, the screen interface, and all the technical stuff. The benefit, well, it looks really good. It takes really good photos. It's how it benefits you. So the idea is, what marketers do is they try and sell benefits, not features. Because that's how a lot of people think sometimes. In techie circles, they'll sometimes sell features because people like to go, I've got more megabytes than you. But, it's true, isn't it? But in terms of the traditional customer, it'll be selling a benefit. Think of clothing. Again, they're selling how it makes you feel. The persona of the person that wears it. When you look at sponsorship, they're saying basically you could be like this person, aren't they? When you look at makeup and hair products, they're basically saying if you use this product, you will look like this person. That's the message in the advert, isn't it? Yeah, because you're worth it, you can have hair like this. That is it, isn't it? That's what the advert's saying. It's true. So that's what I mean by features versus benefits. Right, now, this is the most important bit. This is what you're going to have to talk about for the main part of your assignment. The benefits of branding. So how does branding benefit the customer, me and you, the retailer, the place that it's sold, and the manufacturer, the person that makes it? So how does branding benefit these people? So we start on the manufacturer. If you've got a brand image, then it creates loyalty. People are loyal to a brand. I keep going back to it, but Apple is such an easy one to do because a new product comes out, people just buy it because it's a new product that Apple have made. I think I said this. Who want to hear an iPhone 5, don't they? They're the same thing. It's the same as an iPhone 4S. It's just a little bit thinner, a little bit faster, and yet it's £500 odd. It's the same thing. But because you're loyal to the brand and you bought into this whole, it's cool, must-have, you're loyal to it. It defends against the competition. You're not going to go and buy an Android phone because you are an Apple aficionado. That is what you're going to buy. No, that is what you're going to buy. So you've got competitors won't have a look in because you're so committed to this brand because of their image, what they make you feel, and so forth. It gives them that advantage. The advantage being, again, that they can charge how much is an iPhone 5 on its own? £500 and something pounds? 550 quid? Even if on contract, I bet it'll be what, £50, £60 a month minimum.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. I mean, even what you get with it would be quite rubbish for that price. Because it allows them to charge that price, because they know people want it. Because they've got that power over you. When we start to look at ethics, it's what's known as pester power. So I don't think I've talked about those with kids will definitely know this. That kids want the new thing. Kids must have the new gadget, must have the right clothes, must have the right whatever. So even though you can see the problem in buying this stuff, you know that they might get bullied at school. They might just suffer. So you think, oh, God, I'm going to buy it because I love my son or daughter. Pester power. Pester power. Yeah. It says increased power over retailer because they can say this is how many we're going to sell to you. This is how much you're going to sell them for. You're going to have advertising at the front of your store. You're going to place it at the front of your store. This is what we want. If we don't get it, we're not going to sell it in your store. And you think of certain brands. Think if Coca-Cola didn't sell to Asda. That would make a huge impact on Asda's sales. People might shop elsewhere. People that are that connected to Coca-Cola. Does anyone drink Coca-Cola and nothing else? Is anyone that?
My brother is.
Just Coca-Cola, won't drink Virgin Coke or Pepsi or what have you. So because you're that bought into it, you like it that much. When we look at the retailer, benefits from brand marketing support because they will get point of sale. they'll get merchandise, they'll get materials. Also, people are going to go in there just to buy that product. So for example, people going to Curry's to get an iPhone, they might buy other bits in there as well. And this is what we mean by attracting more customers and increasing ATV. Anyone know what ATV means? Anyone work in retail? Who works in retail? What does ATV mean?
No.
ATV is average transaction value. Okay, so it's the average amount of money that a consumer spends in store. They don't spend anything, they don't count. But if you think, when I worked at B&Q after Burger King, and we try and increase average transaction value. Some people will spend thousands, some people spend £2.50. But the more you can increase the average, the more obviously the more revenue you're going to generate. And how do you do that? By having high-priced, premium brand items in your stock. Benefits.
Going into Asda's by Coke, but you'll pick up other bits while you're there.
Yeah.
From Marks and Sport.
So that's attracting customers and increasing average transaction value. That's the benefit for the retailer. Okay. So the benefits for the consumer, benefits for me and you. You identify with the brand. It gives you a certain sense of, well, I know what I'm trying to say about myself by owning this car, or by drinking this product, or by having this piece of technology. It's saying something about you. It communicates to you the features and benefits. Like I said, you know, without buying a particular brand or something, what to expect. You know what a Ferrari is going to be like, because you know what Ferrari is. You know what brands are going to be before you even look at the product, because they have that brand image. And that's why they've got to defend their brand. Because when you think it takes a long time to build up a brand image, do one thing wrong, that could be completely washed away, because there's that sense of doubt, isn't there? There's that little bit of doubt. Okay, well, they've messed up once, and the next one could be another dud. It's not that you're not that blind allegiance that you might have had before. When it says evaluate product reduces risk, you can buy something and not be worried that you're going to not get what you want, because you're sure of what you're going to get from that brand. You're sure that you're going to get certain benefits. You're sure that you're going to get a certain feeling, a certain quality, because of that brand image, because of what that company have done. So it makes you really certain. If you want to spend a lot of money, you need to be certain that what you're going to get is what you want. And having that brand image behind a company allows you to do that. So hopefully, that gives you an idea of what branding is. I've got a case study for you to do. I'm sure you'll be very interested in this one. It's a case study surrounding Barbie. So I'll just hand this out and then we'll go through it.